Shit, what's this podcast called?
Discourse of Human Events.
The discourse is just crazy.
Everything's okay, I'm just trying to act my age. Yeah, I wanna know where the hell the days go. Yeah, I wanna know where the hell the days go. I wanna look and feel years younger, baby. I wanna look.
1, 2, 3.
Flashlight. There we go. Alright, so we're going to we make predictions here at the Discourse every year, sort of. And so now we're going to...
We try.
Yeah, we kind of try to. So this time, we're actually going to look back at the predictions we have made and see how poorly we did. So the first year we did predictions, there was literally... I don't want to say we actually did predictions, but there was a prediction. Was in 2016 we had one prediction you made for 2017, and it was, will we stop using Reddit? And you don't think we will, because there's a lot of Reddit drama at the time.
Oh, I would say I've massively cut back. It's like one of the last, but this is not immediately. It took years to build. But I do not use it anywhere near as much as I did. I use it for like a program I wrote, like a screensaver that shows random things.
Yeah.
But me personally going there, I'd say like once every 2 weeks, if I'm really bored. Yeah.
That's it? Once every 2 weeks?
Random bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah, I still use it every day.
No, I don't.
Wow. So are you mostly using the Hacker?
Yeah, Hacker News. That's definitely number one. And then just blogs of people that like I respect, that I think are smart.
Yeah.
Like in Twitter, I've started on Twitter.
Twitter's good, man.
It took me years. Like I think maybe you got me to go to Twitter.
Yes,
like a
I
year
did.
ago. And then I was like, some of it's crap, but a lot of it's more interesting than Reddit.
Yeah, it's kind of like
you get the right people.
Just like the blogs, you kind of form it to what you want to see.
Yeah, exactly. So, I don't think it's a completely wrong prediction, because I definitely stepped back a lot.
I guess I didn't expect you to have cut down on the Reddit use so much.
Oh, yeah. I bet. Because so much of it is just, one, it's either ads, and thinly concealed. Like, I swear to God, Steve Buscemi hasn't stopped paying his publicist to post about him being in the World Trade Center thing.
I will agree with you.
Like,
our all is completely useless.
Oh yeah, there's so much about advertisements or political advertisements.
Yep.
Like it's just been completely swamped.
What's that? I always talk to Nicole and other people when I go to our all. When you said thinly veiled, that definitely happens. This is when I started to notice it. Is anytime like a superhero movie came out or big movie came out, it wouldn't be like an obvious ad, but it'd be like, today I learned about blah 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 blah. Exactly. And it's like just happened to be something you're learning about an actor that's in an upcoming film.
Yep. That's why I use the Steve Buscemi, because it's so often about movies, and it's so often like a today I learned about so and so, and like, oh, did you know one of the very common one was ad-libbed. That wasn't in the script, That's like the laziest publicist story.
Or it's always like he was a firefighter in 9/11.
No, but I mean that one's not generic. The generic one is he ad-libbed.
Oh, I see what you're saying. A generic one for all actors.
If it's a good scene, you go, he ad-libbed this.
Gotcha.
Scene.
I see what you're saying.
Right?
Totally ad-libbed. Yeah. I'm honestly shocked that you've cut down on Reddit so much, because I still go there every day and do multiple subreddits.
No, so like I said, I have a screensaver that runs on my my TV, right? Mm-hmm. And it actually pulls from very specific subreddits, but it'll only do ones with like pictures, because it only shows pictures.
Okay.
So I don't read comments. I don't see any comments. All I see is the picture and the title. and it just kind of just cycles through them during the day, and has the date and stock prices and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's what Reddit I get anymore.
Okay.
I don't actually go to Reddit. I see the memes, and some of those I'm even like, ugh, that's just a political ad. I wish I could filter these out.
Yeah. Well, Nicole is actually going to join us. She woke up. So what's funny?
Okay.
I never fell asleep.
What's funny is she poured herself a drink after I poured her a drink. So now I'm still keeping with the 2 bourbons.
And then when she decides to go, she's like, she's going to be here 2 minutes, and then you're going to have 3 drinks.
Oh God, I gotta drink them all now.
So our first prediction was our first prediction ever on the podcast. Nick predicted that he would stop using Reddit, and he kind of has. He uses it about once every. You said that once every. What was it? 2 weeks?
2 weeks. About that.
That's insanely
I'm really
low.
bored. Yeah. No, I hate most of it.
You
I
know
think it's
what?
mostly
I don't
crap.
blame you.
Yeah. I guess a lot of times I go on there. I look at the top. What do they call it? The hotness for the subreddits I'm in, and then I'm done with it usually.
Definitely once was hot.
And every now and then I'll go to the risings if I'm really bored. But I agree with you. I think Twitter has much better content for me.
Yeah. It's just better filtering than r/all.
Yes.
And I'm too lazy to go set up my own subreddit like Stream. And even then, people find ways to get crap in there.
Yeah. That happens with like board games and stuff, and certain subreddits like Magic. Like you can definitely tell a new set's coming out or a new board game's coming out, but those are like they're not trying to be sneaky about it. It's like, hey, AMA about my new upcoming board game,
I just go
Yeah.
with whatever my hyperfixation at the moment is.
Yeah, this is just true.
Hyperfixation of the month.
Yeah.
Right now it's Trishy
I'll say
Land.
I did that for a little bit. Like when I was in miniature painting, I would go to Reddit miniature painting. And
Oh
read it.
yeah, that's so fun. Like when I was doing like my candle making and taking care of plants and everything. Like
You did hyperfixate on plants. I forgot about that.
If you get into something, Reddit is a good place to find the stuff.
It's a good place to start, and like you
Yeah.
gather all that info you need. I might start painting my first miniature, even though I have a bunch of painted miniatures. I might finally paint one because Nicole got me one, and I need to do some painting.
Mike's gonna be so
since
have
the babies were born.
Oh well, no shit. Have you worked on that game you were making at all?
No, because of that. So
Because
no,
of
I wish
kids?
I could.
Since the kids, basically?
Yeah, I wanted to rework it a bit to make
Babies
it
will do
even
that.
more simplified.
Yeah.
Because I always wanted you to come visit and play it. Now I don't even know if I'll remember the rules. I wrote them down. I hope I understand
Well, that's
what I
a-
wrote down.
Let me help you on game design. After you design it and it kind of works, write the rules.
I did, like I said.
Like
but they were
even
quick
just
notes.
basic. Yeah, basic
They're quick
notes
notes,
and
so I
rules.
don't know if not seeing them for 2 years, I'll go back and be like, what the hell is that?
You're like, what the fuck? By that I mean like very crappy rules, but like still structured rules.
You guys need to visit. so you
I
can-
think I'll get it.
Yeah,
They
when you
all
guys
exact
visiting with the
prototypes.
twins, Mom.
Christmas.
Oh, you are?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Well, as long as there's no like the next variant will kill you.
Yeah, which I do believe is a prediction coming up in the future of this podcast. So
Maybe. Probably.
We
All
had
right.
COVID light. Now we gotta have COVID heavy.
yeah, right. All right, it was COVID light but fast. Now we have to have heavy but slow.
No.
Yeah, right.
Oh, that's zombie COVID.
All right, well, that was all we had for our predictions in 2016 for the next year. So 2017, we just had that you'd stop using Reddit, which apparently it took you some years.
Mostly turned out. Yeah,
But-
it took years. It wasn't right away. It wasn't
It
the next
happened.
year, but it just slowly faded.
I also feel like internet usage just goes down as you become more of an adult.
No, it's
don't
just a
know.
more diverse set of things.
Yeah.
I'm glued to my phone.
Yeah, exactly. I think you
I
just
sit there and
change what you're looking at.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, are you
Other
glued to
than
your
now
phone
with
or are you
babies-
just playing Candy Crush?
Are you playing Candy Crush now, Nick? Have you gotten that old?
No. Now it's TikTok, Twitter, all sorts of things. And then,
TikTok definitely gives me a lot of
Most of my
attention.
day is looking at a screen.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so for 2017, we have some great predictions. I predicted 2018. No, in 2017.
Okay.
Our
So
prediction
I
for
predicted
2018.
in 2016 that
Yes.
2017 I would stop.
Correct.
Okay, interesting.
Correct. So in 2017, I predicted 2018 would be a good year. That's all I had. Because apparently we're hating on 2016, and I don't know why we were hating on it so much. Was it just because Trump, maybe?
17, you mean? Yeah, because this would have been the first year he was totally president.
Yeah. I think that might be the only way, like...
Oh, I think must have been... that was when there were just tons of shootings, right?
That's what it was. You're right. Like, shootings were just, like, all over the
Everyone
place.
Shooting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right.
And now with a pandemic and threat of nuclear war, we're like, can't people just go around shooting each other?
Can't we just go back to shooting?
The nice simple times when people were killing 25 people here and there. You know, not thousands.
When schools weren't safe.
In gay nightclubs.
Yeah. And concerts were iffy.
Yeah.
You might rethink going to the movie theater.
Dead a day from a virus.
Yeah. Right. The only other prediction we had was you didn't really predict crypto would crash, but you said it might crash, and you're not sure if Bitcoin or Ethereum would be like the main staying power in crypto, which it's still kind of up in the air, right?
Yeah, so this is both right and wrong in that year, I believe it did actually crash, but then it bounced back way harder.
So hard. Right? In 2018 it bounced back?
In 2018 I believe it did
crash and bounce back.
And then in a couple of years it bounced back and is worth way more than it was when it crashed.
Okay. So you were kind of right.
Yeah, that's where I was like, kinda... But then now my prediction is the same. Like, it'll crash again. It already kind of has because it halved in value.
You know what, though? I kind of, with the whole Russia and Ukraine, it's kind of also showing how important crypto can be.
Yeah. Well, it isn't like for Russia.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because if you were in Russia, would you rather have the ruble or a Bitcoin?
Well, it depends who are you in Russia.
You got me there.
Because so the common person would definitely rather have Bitcoin.
Obviously.
But
I'm talking the common.
In the back of my mind, and in the back of Putin's mind is, it would be nice to have that instead of USD, but does the CIA really control it? Is it really just an American...
I mean, that could be true, yeah.
Like, because people do think that it's not impossible that the NSA or the CIA has, the keys to just take it all when, everyone converts.
Do they think they created it, like they were Satoshi?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like,
interesting. That's a theory.
They are the ones behind it, and they can take it all when they want, or they can trace who has it.
I never heard that as a theory. That's interesting.
Perfectly plausible.
Yeah, I could see that. It's shocking, though, that they would create it hoping it would become a thing. You know what I mean? Like, that's a pretty long con.
Well, then they would make it a thing, right? They have that sort of power.
I see. They create a currency, and if we actually use the currency, now they have that as...
leverage, yeah.
All right, well... Other predictions, 2018, we literally didn't have an episode for that, so there were...
For 2019.
Yeah.
So in 2018.
In 2018, we had no 2019 predictions because we didn't do an end-of-the-year episode. I don't know what was going on.
I don't know why.
In 2018?
Oh, I think I know.
What?
I think I got married.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
You think you got married?
Hold on, let me count the days.
I think that was 20.
That was the year I got married.
Yeah, because that was right before I met you.
Yeah, that was 2018. So we were busy in China at the time and doing all that stuff.
We had to get all the pictures or dating profiles.
Yes.
Yeah, because you got married in America in December, so it was all before that. Yep.
So I left right after that, and then we didn't.
That's how busy you were. Okay. Well, that makes sense. But that's okay, because we got a lot of good predictions from 2020.
In that year, I would have predicted my marriage will at least last to 2022.
You know what? I think that's exactly what you would predict, honestly. You'd be like, it will last 2 years. I guess that'd be 4.
Right. Yeah, 4. What else we got?
All right. So moving on, so we had our 2019 episode where we're doing 2020 predictions. Obviously, we didn't predict a massive pandemic, so
We all
Yeah.
lose.
We all lost that one. Somehow we didn't get this. But I do like
because the
what?
pandemic didn't happen until 2020. Because I met.
That's what I'm saying. This our episode of 2019. We
for
predicted 2020.
Okay.
But we all did predict when the Queen would die. And I think we were talking about that previously. So I predicted 2035. I think she's just going to keep on trucking. And
I said 2020. I lost.
yeah,
No.
you had
No, I don't have anything about the Queen.
no, you didn't make a prediction, but Chloe predicted 2030.
I think
Harry
has the best
said
in
2025.
Yeah.
She is really old, and the pandemic going. She's got to get it sooner or later.
Yeah, so I think I would adjust my 2035 with, the whole pandemic lens.
Yeah. If Betty White can't make it, I don't think the Queen
Yeah,
can make it either.
right? Like, I would probably predict within the next couple years now.
Mm.
What is Zombie Epstein the movie?
I have no fucking
Oh, where's that at?
Right next to
made
Nick.
that.
That's the
I
first
have
thing
no
next to
fucking
Nick.
Oh, so this is after Epstein and all that stuff happened, so we're talking a lot about Epstein didn't kill himself and stuff, and somehow you just randomly said, there's going to be Zombie Epstein the movie where he comes back for revenge or something like that.
Shit.
How drunk was I during this podcast?
Oh
my.
It's pretty fucking funny, though.
Sounds like a good one.
And then Harry said Trump will win the election because Dems are gay.
And so Harry got that wrong,
Harry did not win
but
that
was
one.
he only 50% wrong?
Yeah, I guess it was contested. That would, if one of us said it will be contested, that would be a good.
I was just joking because Dems are still gay. And the Republicans would vote for Trump.
What else did Harry? Dems are gay.
He claims the Queen will die in 2025, and I think that's
Yeah.
probably the better prediction out of all of us.
Definitely. They should redo Brexit vote. That's not really a prediction.
No.
It's an opinion.
It was just something he said during the whole thing. So I guess he
Zach,
could
you
predict
got
that they
this
would
wrong.
do it.
You said there will be a lot of 2020 visions puns for 2020.
Yeah, I know.
And it feels like there should be, people should be looking back and talking about how you should have seen the pandemic coming
Right?
and had 2020.
There are no 2020
Nobody-
puns.
What are you talking about? There was plenty of those.
I did not remember many 2020 puns. I
have
thought
not
they would
seen
be
them.
everywhere all year. It was going to be a joke all the time.
I got Brexit wrong. I thought it kept going and going, but eventually it did happen. It did happen, right?
I don't know actually. That's when I wasn't sure if it actually was.
I believe
true or
they
so.
finally pulled the trigger.
But was it in 2020
not-
they did it?
No, it was, I think, 2021. It
It was
did go on a
2020.
lot
I'm gonna
longer.
check.
Way fucking long.
All right.
What else we got?
Well, that's
Yeah, it was
What I meant by zombie
So
Epstein.
it was January
January 2020 they actually did it.
31st. January 31st.
So it's literally the beginning of 2020. So you were wrong
Oh, God,
very
I'm
quickly.
stupid. I'm very wrong.
Not only were you were wrong quickly, but you will redeem yourself in very shortly.
Yeah. Wait till the end. Wait till the end.
Oh, look, it even has it started at 6 p.m.
Oh,
Eastern
what?
Standard Time.
I have a time. That's funny. All right, so when we did the 2020 episode, obviously we had the pandemic, and we did a lot of fucking predictions in that episode. It was about an hour of predictions, so I'll start with the first one is, when will we get back to the office? I still don't think any of us are back in the office, right?
I'm going to...
Well, you quit your job.
Well, but
In a couple
they're
weeks,
not.
we're going to go 1 day a week.
And
I don't
when?
think that'll last. 1 day a week in 2 weeks, I think. 2 to 3. We haven't actually said we will, but we think in a couple weeks we're
What the-
going to go. It's open. And we're
Riddle
allowed
me
to
this.
go.
What the hell is the point to going 1 day a week?
Just to see each other and have one...
To have some human interaction?
Yeah.
I mean,
As
that
soon
would
as one
kinda-
person gets COVID, it's over,
I was
though.
gonna say that would kind of make sense for
Mhm.
Chloe though, since
That's why I don't think it
considering
lasts.
what she works in, right?
Yeah.
That would make sense. For
Oh,
her to actually
dude.
go.
If they were doing that, I would totally bite the bullet and say I test positive for COVID.
Sometimes they need you to actually have the test, though.
Oh, can you not fake those?
Yeah, they have at-home tests now.
Oh,
You
well,
know?
I just remember when everybody thought they had COVID when I was working in
Yeah.
person. They you actually had to go get it and have an actual doctor's test.
I mean, that makes sense.
Oh. Can you get... You got to be able to rent somebody that'll do that for you that's got COVID, right?
I would just take a at-home test at this point and like color in the lines because they're just like kind of like pregnancy-looking tests, right? So you just there it is.
I mean, you can buy fake pregnancy tests where like.
Can you
I was
really?
gonna say the same way Nicole's gonna test your commitments very soon, Zach.
Oh, I'm not worried about that.
She's gonna show it to me and be like, "Oh my God, no, you got COVID." No, I'm pregnant. Oh my God, we're having a COVID baby.
Is this how COVID spread?
Well, anyways, we were pretty much, I think, almost all wrong because
What was mine?
no, you guys said 2022. Never mind. You guys still could be right. I thought late 2021. You guys said late 2021 or 2022.
Chloe said 2022. Doesn't think late 2021
Yeah.
will happen.
Yeah, you said.
And she said
2022,
doesn't-
Then later on, you say or late 2021. You have two different predictions.
Where's it
You
at?
made two different predictions. In the beginning, you say 2022, and then in the end, you say things early, most likely, or late 2021.
Oh, yours is supposed to say early 2022 or late 2021.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then Chloe
Okay,
says
okay.
2022. Doesn't think 2021 will happen, and she also doesn't think the vaccine.
Yeah,
will
Chloe
matter for
was
these
probably
strains.
the most correct on this
Oh,
one.
that
I
is
wonder if she had
very
some
good.
inside
Yeah.
information.
Yeah, Chloe knows something about that.
And some of us, you and Chloe both also had mentioned that there's a chance that it's just going to be 2023. And
Okay.
I think what's most likely and what we're probably all thinking of, and what I also said is if the vaccine doesn't work for new strains or for the antigens that we build up from having it, we'd probably just have it for life or go to 2023.
Mm,
So it's just going to be a thing we deal with at all times.
yeah.
Which I think is most likely what I'd predict now.
I think it's looking very much that way.
It's just a permanent thing we have to deal with.
It's endemic, is what they call it now, right?
Oh, that's the word for it, endemic.
Yeah,
It's kinda
once it's like, well, that it's here to stay. It's endemic.
Huh. So like the cold and flu are endemic viruses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd say it's basically there, but at what point do we start relaxing a lot more?
Bro, what the fuck?
That's
He's drinking my
a
drink.
good question. I don't know.
He poured me a drink and then drank it.
Because you had a drink, now I got two drinks.
Yeah.
Duh.
Don't make him drink your third drink.
If he starts drinking this drink, we got problems.
Yeah, I'm not about to get it. All right. So we also had the question, what will Trump do when he leaves office? You, Nick, said he will immediately announce he's running for 2024 if he ever even leaves. You weren't even sure he would leave.
I was not sure.
Um,
I still think that's not a bad, because he really fucking tried to stay.
so you know what?
Really tried.
He really pushed it,
Nobody predicted the
but he did
insurrection.
not
To the very
immediately
end.
say he's running in 2024.
No, but he is.
But I
very much
think we
assumed
know.
to be the one that will run.
Yeah, I think we know. And I think I had the best prediction, though, which I was shocked with. I said,
Cross violence.
I
That
agree
is
there will
good
be a
one.
big fuss and Trumpers will cause great violence. I did say there'd be an attempt on Biden's life, which didn't really happen, but
Not yet. Well, not that night.
I am happy I
I don't
did.
think there will.
I did call the Trumpers causing violence. You all disagreed with it too.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
You got us on that one
Because
because
usually the Republicans aren't the crazy ones, is what you're
That one
basically
was like-
saying.
yeah, that was like out of the blue. Like, I
Yeah, it was
never
so
thought they were gonna
wild.
Storm the fucking riot. That is a very good prediction.
Yeah, I was shocked when I heard
the-
that. I was like, oh shit, I actually predicted that.
The attempt on Biden's life though was crazy because everyone just sits there and says, "Or I could just wait another like 6 months, maybe."
yeah.
The good chance that it's gonna take care of itself.
Assassination or just wait 4 years.
Yeah, he's knocking on death's door.
Yeah. So those were
What
the
else?
questions I asked. Now we have like a bunch of predictions that we just kind of threw at the wall. So one of the ones I had is I think I predicted when Biden got in office, he would immediately give us a stimulus and it'd be bigger than one that Trump did. So I was half right. So we got a stimulus, but it was actually less than the Trump stimulus.
Yeah. He promised it would be at least as big, I believe.
Yes, but it was
If not
smaller.
bigger, but then he didn't deliver.
Yeah. But I was at least right on he would deliver. Because I thought he would want to, like, be tied to having sent one out. I thought he would want to be like, oh, and the Dems gave us the biggest one. But that turned out to the Democrats said, nah, we're already in office. Fuck that.
Yeah, we won. Here's the little crumbs we have for you.
All right. We all talked a lot also about we thought the poor might like rise up against the rich, like that might be the new like BLM or riots, which we haven't really seen.
No.
At all.
Well, I think I wouldn't say riots, but the whole quitting thing. What do they call
There's
it?
a movement, yes.
Yeah, there's a movement for quitting.
There's like an
whatever it is.
anti-work, the work reform.
Yeah, anti-work. I feel like that's
The Great
it's not
Resignation.
riots. But
Yeah.
I think it's the same like.
I think that's better than riots, honestly.
Yeah, obviously that
Disrupt
makes way
the
more sense than
workflow.
going and burning shit down.
You're actually causing people to not make money. They hate that.
What?
Mm-hmm.
I like this prediction you made. You thought there might be a weird Trump-Bernie alliance since they both represent different sides of the poor. Because they were already both kind of in favor of another stimulus.
It seems like there should be, but no, that's not going to happen.
That never happened.
I don't know why I would think that. They are just too culturally different. Like, even though they have the same interests in mind, too culturally different.
Yeah, two completely different people.
Yeah. But
I
it makes
also
sense
predicted
that
there would be... Yeah, they really... like, if they could somehow come together, I think one is just too outrageous of a person for that. But if they could, wow, that would be a campaign. Could you imagine?
Okay. I'm reading...
All right, so
Bay
the other
Area
thing
will
I
continue to
predicted
fall
was...
apart. I got that right. We got robbed.
Which one?
That will predict Bay Area will continue to fall
Oh,
apart.
yeah, you're so true on that. Yeah, you definitely got that one. It's a clusterfuck. I also predicted there would be an increase in violence because of lack of employment and inflation, which I'm pretty sure violence has increased since COVID. So it just keeps going up.
Yeah. More bombings, arsons, and shootings.
There hasn't been more shootings, though, really.
Yeah,
It's just been like...
Maybe we just don't hear about
Like,
it as much.
People aren't in crowds. It's hard.
Yeah, no, it's just been more like violent crimes, like overall, like more stabbings, like more assaults. But I thought there was going to be more big crimes, so there really wasn't that. I also agree with
There
you
were
that the
more
Trumpers and Bernie
protests
Bros
in
should go
summertime.
together. What's that?
I think we were just... That was our idea.
Yeah.
I was just reading ahead. There will be more protests in the summer. I don't think there really were.
No, not at all. Really, like after the BLM protests in 2020, we really haven't had any major.
Shocking
Most.
how
What are
quickly
you
that
talking
ended.
about? Like when Trump left office, tons of people were protesting.
No, we're talking about. Okay, I guess
Hello?
that's there was that. Hello, you hear us?
It's Chloe in the background disconnecting the internet.
Shut the fuck up.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys just sounded like robots for like 2 minutes. Okay.
We are actually
What
talking in
the-
robot voices the whole time.
Fuck, what are you saying?
So, yeah, I forget what we just caught out because I've been drinking. So.
Yeah, stop drinking my drink.
Oh, that's what it was. The riots. Nicole was saying there was one not during summer, but there's obviously the January one, and now there's been most
was just saying
protests
there's a lot
have
of
been
Trump rallies.
anti-mask protests.
Yeah, and they're like pro-Trump, anti-mask rallies.
All right, let's try this again.
All right, take two.
Maybe we just stop saying the P and the T word and the M
What is
word.
the P and the T? I have no idea what's going on.
Okay, so we're talking about that there would be more protests in summertime of 2021, and we were wrong about that. But then Nicole was like, well, there's the insurrection and like Trumpers have kind of been protesting masks and mandates and stuff a lot.
Yeah, there's those all over the place.
That's true. That wasn't in summer though. Like it was later. Like none of
it's kind of just been throughout the year.
Yeah, it's the whole year.
There just haven't
been
like
it picked up a lot during the because of the Canada. And
yes,
all that.
They haven't been as organized as BLM. I'm not saying BLM was super organized, but like they had a lot of rallies and protests. Whereas like the masks are like you have like one-offs and little protests here and there.
I feel like it's in the South more. It's
especially
really
with planes. They really like protesting on planes.
Those aren't rallies though.
No.
Just one-offs where people get put on.
It's still a protest.
Because you're not taking it off.
Yeah. When you're not putting it on.
All they're doing is just losing out on money.
All right. Well, what else we got? You also. Let's see.
The volcano one's out there.
Yeah.
This is another
you
drunk
predicted
claim.
there might be a volcano with Yellowstone. It was such a random prediction.
Like, this is a fun thing.
It was a very random prediction you had. I was like,
it's probably just because we're talking about pandemics, and then it's like another really.
And here's another thing that could happen.
Happens, yeah.
Yeah.
I think probably where I was going there.
That's true. I mean, why not? I like this prediction you said because everyone said that Trump was a Russian made president. You thought people would say that Biden was a China made president, like China was behind it all.
I don't think they should. They have, but they should.
That's kind of genius, but they definitely didn't do that at all.
Yeah. Dems will be harsh on rioters. Since Dems won election, now they don't have to give a shit. I think they just haven't rioted.
No, there really hasn't been. They didn't have to be harder on them.
Hey, think people won't be stopped for shoplifting.
That definitely happened.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess, according to this prediction, it was already happening in CVS's. I think it just continued for a while.
Yeah.
Is it still happening?
Yeah, it's
or they're not, like, stopping
people in
CVS's
they started closing down
and shit.
a lot of things in San Francisco. Like, a lot of them.
It depends.
They just closed the store.
Oh.
I see like different things on TikTok where like some people are like, we don't care if they walk out with it, and then some people are like, we have security, and they'll like detain you until the police come.
Yeah, but like California was literally like if it's like a certain amount of money, they won't even like call the police.
Oh, it might just be Cali.
Yeah.
Or if they
$1,000 at a CVS, that's like a lot of shit, man. That's a lot.
Like, they may stop you, but they may just not press charges. Like, you just gotta give the shit back.
Bro, what's going on with your audio?
Hey, I don't know. No, it's not audio. I keep losing my connection. I gotta get this to a wired connection. My Wi-Fi is so fucking unreliable.
Ah, I see what's happening.
You're gonna have fun editing this one.
Yeah, do you guys have Spectrum in California? That's actually a good question.
No, we have Xfinity. Comcast.
Oh.
Ah, doesn't seem like it's doing any better, though.
All cable companies suck, Zach.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, exactly.
So I saw Chloe really cleaned up again on this one. Big inflation.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That one
as he
definitely
said,
took place.
Yeah, I heard it.
He went so and went robot.
Mm-hmm.
It's so
I was
fucking
wondering if
funny.
he had Spectrum because one of my friends in Florida has Spectrum, and she was just bitching about it, wondering if there was anything else she could switch to.
You know,
which I think now it literally is just like Spectrum and Comcast. I don't
you
know
might
if
not like
else.
Elon Musk, but he did do something amazing recently. In Ukraine, he dropped off Starlink, and that would be something amazing is if he fucking made something to compete with fucking Spectrum. But he actually, since the Ukrainians didn't have internet, he dropped off like a bunch of Starlink things so they could have internet during this whole thing.
Mm. Oh, so billionaires can help.
They can do good, yeah.
Holy
right?
shit!
He actually did something.
Feels like such a fucking publicity stunt, though.
Well, the president, I don't know if it was the president, somebody from in Ukraine actually tweeted at him, and he's like a few hours later tweeted back that he's sending them stuff. Hey, you're back? You exist?
For now.
I don't like the sound of that, Nick.
Well, I want to move on to Chloe's, I think, probably right prediction that steak would go from $20 to $30. Because Money Machine keeps going burr.
And she's on point on both accounts. because the COVID thing with the relationship with China, it's pretty bad.
Yeah. Yeah, we're basically wondering if they're going to invade Taiwan at this point.
Yep. And the COVID bullshit, like, they canceled her mom's flight already. We had to push it back.
They're still having big COVID, like, anti-China stuff because COVID?
Bullshit.
Wow. I did not think that would still be going on.
They're making, like, America do all these special things if you want to fly here and all this bullshit. So, yeah.
You know what? I think it makes more sense for China to be a little racist towards United States flying in, since there's obviously a lot of our population that doesn't care about masks.
Yeah.
That actually makes more sense to me the reverse way.
Apparently, everyone in all of her mom's friends were asking her about, aren't you scared about Omicron before she came here? They're totally going to give it to you.
Yeah. It's fucking wild. I wonder how much, I think it's like, 6.8 is the reported inflation, but how much it actually is for steaks, because they don't really...
Yeah. It's a hard thing to compute.
Yeah, exactly. Well, another thing I predicted was that in 2021 of March, doing the 1-year anniversary, I thought they would release Tiger King 2.
Oh, boom.
Ooh.
Turns out it came out in November, though. So I was off.
Still, you got that.
But I was pretty close.
Nick, did you see
should
that they're
be one
making
every
a show?
year.
He didn't hear you.
He's not even here.
Did he cut out?
I didn't hear you?
He didn't hear
my
you.
God.
You gotta
No,
speak
I was-
up and down.
No, I just thought he cut out.
No, I didn't hear what you said.
No, they're making a TV show. Like,
Oh,
with,
really?
Yeah, with people that they're casting as, like, Carol Baskin and all them.
Oh,
and so they're going to
no,
actually
they
do,
shouldn't
like,
that.
Like a
show
fictional version of
They
Tiger
are complete hillbillies. All they need to do is point cameras at them every year.
King.
Well,
They
they're
know
all,
what they're
like,
doing.
in jail or being investigated right now because the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, where I used to live, won't release any information except that they are re-investigating.
I also don't think it's
disappearance.
Netflix making it, right? It's somebody else.
Oh, no, yeah, it's, shoot, I'm forgetting the name of the channel.
Like one of those
Yeah.
ABC, NBC type places.
Yeah.
Who's gonna play the Tiger King? What's his face?
Oh my God. If
That's a good question. yeah, let's get that. I want to know who.
Yeah, because they.
That's the most
I
important
think it
They-
should
casting.
be
like I
someone
said,
like
they
Daniel
were-
Day-Lewis.
And
Like,
who's
someone
being
really
Carol
serious.
fucking Baskins?
They really.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Shut up.
And that's Meryl Streep.
Yeah, I mean, why not? He can do basically any role.
Tiger King TV show.
That would be range.
Yeah. I mean, he's already got it. Yeah, how do you look up this Tiger King show? Like, what's it called?
I thought it was just.
Tiger King, but the fiction one.
Oh, I think it's Kate McKinnon. It's from Peacock. It's called Joe.
Peacock.
It's
So
called,
NBC.
Yeah, it's called Joe versus Carol.
Uh-oh. They're going to focus on the feud.
Yeah, so it's Kate McKinnon is playing Carol Baskin.
Baskins.
Okay, hang on. Let me see who's playing Joe.
Like I said, John...
John Cameron Mitchell.
I don't know who
I
that
have
is.
no idea who that is. They couldn't get Daniel Day-Lewis?
What the hell? Fucking slackers.
It's a limited series, so it's not like something they're gonna keep going on forever.
That
but
makes me a little less skeptical, I guess.
I
about
think
it.
they're probably gonna do the feud between them, but in actual order because the Netflix series is so all over the place. There's like nothing is actually in order.
I think that'll be good.
Yeah.
This should have like.
Do you think
timeline
they
to
will
it.
take Joe's side though in the story and like make it look like he was set up to put a hit on Carol,
I
or
don't know because Netflix didn't really go one way or the
Yeah.
other until they had more information.
exactly?
What I really want to know is, will they reshoot the music videos?
They absolutely should. They fucking better, dude.
Another question: who's playing his boyfriend with the meth teeth? They got to knock
The
out a lot of
boyfriend
teeth
with
to
the
get
meth
that
teeth.
role. Yeah,
You
they
know,
got to knock
according
out a lot of
to
teeth for that role.
that's his ex-husband,
Uh-huh.
and it wasn't from meth. It was a like disorder he's had since like he was a baby.
Oh,
Yes.
everyone's
Like that.
gonna say that, right? And that's why Michael Jackson is a light colored. You know, no one's goes, yeah, it's meth.
Definitely because all the meth I did.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, apparently one was set to star Nicolas Cage as Joe Exotic.
Oh, that would
now
have been
he
so
would have done
good.
it. Yeah, now he would have been an actual choice because he's just crazy.
Yeah.
He plays crazy very well.
That would have been fucking wacky as hell. That would have been perfect. Well, really, that takes care of basically all our predictions in 2020 for 2021.
Mhm.
We won some. God damn it. Another headphone malfunction.
Okay. Stop
We-
moving your headphones.
Is this the right one?
We won some, we lost some. No.
No, it's not right.
But that moves us into 2021, which is really, obviously we can only do so many of these because 2022, we've only had a few months. But, Nick, you had the biggest
Yeah.
prediction
Called
where
it.
Russia invades Ukraine was your first prediction.
Called it.
Okay, how did you come to that?
Thinking about
I
this.
don't know.
I have no idea.
I
These are
didn't
just
actually go
drunk
back to
genius.
listen to it yet because this was just my notes that I took as we were doing the episode.
I wish
And
I,
it's
now
the-
I need to go. I'm gonna go back and listen to it because I don't remember my
It's-
reasoning.
It's literally the
Apparently I
first
thought it
thing
was
I
gonna
wrote
happen.
down, so it has to be early in the predictions.
NFTs cause people to lose money. Who could have thought of that?
Oh, Dems lose seat in the midterms. It seems very likely that's.
Oh,
gonna
hey,
happen.
I was also right. GME did open up a NFT marketplace. Got 'em.
Does anyone care?
Well, let me rephrase it. It's not technically open yet, but it would compete with like OpenSea. So people who care about NFTs would care.
Okay, I predict
And
that
Trump did
no one
make his
gives a
own
shit
social media.
anymore. Did I predict? Who predict that?
Zach predicted that Trump will resurface and be more active on social
Oh,
media,
more
but he
active.
actually
That didn't
opened his
happen.
own
Yeah,
social
He
media
created
He's
his
platform.
technically
own.
will
I
be more
predict
active.
That thing is gonna crash because it's a piece
Yeah.
of shit. No one
It's
cares.
gonna be garbage. I don't know,
Yeah.
dude.
I sent
Some
you a
Republicans
video.
might be all about it.
Nah, I don't think so. But hey, I could be wrong.
I saw this guy.
Well,
Did
that's
I
a
really say
prediction,
Trump
huh?
will be blacklisted by media. Oh, Trump's platform will fail. That
Yeah.
so I'm just continuing. my
Yeah, you're just
prediction.
continuing that one. He's not really blacklisted, but they have tried to let they don't report him very much, right?
I was wrong on inflation. It's lower than 6.8. It was 7, so I was wrong.
Yeah.
Elon Musk says something ridiculous.
Yeah,
well,
I
that's
know.
just to get me. How many things has he said that ridiculous?
I'm pretty sure you said something like that when you said that prediction.
That's
Tesla
so
stock
many
will crash.
horses?
That's starting to happen.
What'd you say?
Oh shit! I said October, November has a new variant of concern.
Yeah, no, I'm
I
waiting to
killed it
see
on-
if that's true.
That was
You said this at the end in December 2021, so you're predicting
so next
November.
year.
Yeah.
I was gonna say no.
this
no.
year.
Okay. So I didn't predict.
No, you
Omicron
did
or
not
something.
predict Omicron.
That was already going on.
Or you predicted Omicron, but were late on your prediction.
I mean,
Okay.
Ghislaine Maxwell is going to prison.
Literally nothing else happens. I think you're totally right on that.
Yeah.
And
I think we all predicted that.
I want to know why one of you wrote that's set in 78 horses.
What's that?
I don't know.
Major
That's
Strikes,
70
Amazon.
horses.
that's-
LOL.
I don't.
Major Strikes. Amazon,
This is me
that's
taking notes
the
during the thing, so.
horses. That's the and then 78 horses.
Don't know what
Predicts
that
major
means.
retail state.
That's fucking funny.
I don't understand that one.
Man, somebody said something fucking weird and I had to write it down because it was funny. That's probably what happened.
I do not get that.
There's no major China conflict. We might be wrong on that one.
Yeah. Well, that will time will tell on that one,
Yeah.
but it could be wrong.
So, I guess now, like I said, we got to go into the Russia invades Ukraine. So I think one of our predictions was I thought something fucking wild would happen in January because of last year, January insurrection. Just a month off, man. I was kind of close.
Yeah.
So 2020, we had March was basically the beginning of COVID for us.
Mm-hmm.
Then 2021, we had January, and now this year we have February as the big month, right?
Yeah, February is the crazy month. Yeah.
So the
we're
first
right.
3
So
months.
we were saying this was
Yeah.
going to be a crazy. And you know what? I think I also got it right. If you go back down. I said the 20s will be a crazy fucking decade.
Yeah, I remember reading that, and I'm like, he might be quite right on that.
I think I'm on point on that one.
Just each quarter, like next year, we'll focus on the second quarter. Will be wild.
It'll just be something just fucking crazy. Just the world is getting weirder and weirder. I think it's just the more connected people are, the more crazy people just get together and just come up with crazy fucking shit.
I think,
like, hey, let's start investing in GME all of a sudden.
Hold on, I think this also could be symptoms of COVID, right?
Yeah, and people are just getting crazy.
Being sheltered for however long we were in quarantine. Just the mental health did not go well after COVID. And I think we're maybe finding things that are happening because of that.
I think people are more short-tempered. Like,
yeah. Let me put it this way. Do you think the insurrection would have happened without COVID?
Probably not. I don't think
exactly.
Are crazy.
I don't think so either.
I think you're right.
Do you think that would have happened without COVID? The insurrection.
People in the Black Lives Matters either. I think both sides are supercharged.
Yeah, I agree.
So.
Yeah, I think the mask thing. I don't really know about I think BLM was a long time coming, but I definitely think I don't know about the mask mandates. Maybe not the insurrection would have happened.
I don't know. I definitely think COVID jump-started a lot of hey, wait, we have a lot of fucking issues in this country and world.
I mean, but Black Lives Matter already existed before.
But no, that's what I'm saying. It charged it. It made it bigger.
Yeah. I don't think they would have... because people were they wanted to get out.
Yeah.
Right? And Black Lives Matter isn't an excuse to do it.
Well, it's not only that, but we had
just because they're crazy and they want to get their rage out. Because I think it just would have been another thing, all the other, Black Lives Matters, which were protests, what was it, Eric Garner, the guy that got choked to death?
Mm-hmm.
All the other ones. It would have been, there would have been rioting and, upset, but it wouldn't have
been smaller scale.
As, the George Floyd thing. That went, huge, and I don't think it was because of the incident itself. I think it was because people are fucking crazy now.
Yeah, I could see a little bit of that.
Because I don't think it was the most outrageous of them.
That's pretty bad.
No, but so he was at least I don't know, potentially on drugs or something. I mentioned Eric Garner specifically because that was the guy that was just selling cigarettes, right?
Yeah, he was just selling cigarettes.
And
the cop used an illegal move on him.
Yeah, they choked the motherfucker to death. That one, there's no interpretation there.
Yeah.
At least with George Floyd, you could say maybe it was because he took too many drugs. With the other guy, and he wasn't even committing much of a crime. Counterfeiting is at least a bit of a crime. The other guy's just selling cigarettes.
I'm quite confident as a white man I would never be stopped for selling cigarettes on the street. I'm quite confident a cop would never say shit for that.
That one is just if I had to choose one where I 100% support that is bullshit. That's the one.
That makes sense.
That one's crazy.
That adds up. I guess I should say that doesn't add up at all.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, there's other factors at play when it. Because also, I don't think that one was videotaped because I never remember seeing it videotaped.
Was the Eric Garner one videotaped, babe?
I don't think so. I think that was also part of it. There's no tape, so it can't go viral.
I can't remember. Honestly,
that might be why. A tape might really help,
because that was the whole big thing about George Floyd was him repeatedly saying "I can't breathe" and the guy was still
and asking for his mom.
Huh?
Quite clearly, he wasn't comfortable.
And you know what? Even Batman let up when somebody was asking for his mom, right?
Oh my god, again. God damn, dude.
That happened in that one movie, right? I didn't actually watch it.
This is going to be an editing nightmare.
Any idea what I'm talking about? Are you there?
Nightmare, John.
Oh, there you are.
Baby.
All right.
Okay.
Well, let's get into the Russian invasion in Ukraine.
Yeah. Sounds good. So
first off,
predictions.
Will Russia win? Will they actually take over Ukraine?
Of course they'll take the Ukraine. It's small. It's not that hard.
That's what I think so too.
It's like, will they beat Iraq? Of course, we beat Iraq. Of course.
There's a lot of stuff in the news like making it seem like the Ukrainians are like destroying the Russians, and I really just think it's a propaganda machine right now to fight the Russians. Because I'm like, the Russians just have such a giant force compared to them. There's no fucking way. Like, we're just getting the positive vibes from Ukraine. Like, Ukraine's going to fall. It's just we're 5 days into it.
Yeah.
They're not showing the parts where the Russians are destroying and killing Ukrainians. They're showing us the opposite. Like, I haven't seen one video of a Russian doing anything to a Ukrainian. It's all been Ukrainians doing things to Russians, like, which tells me that I'm being filtered information.
Because it's Ukraine is, look at these Ukrainians doing this to Russians.
Yeah. Look,
it's like, okay,
I hope the Ukrainians
right? I mean,
win.
They probably have some wins on Russia, right?
Yeah. Exactly. They're going to have wins. They're going to have things that happen.
Yeah.
I hope they win, but I just realistically don't see that ever happening.
Yeah. That's not, I don't know.
And it's also like...
it's not impossible if, like... I know we're supplying them with lots of things. Maybe if we start secretly moving soldiers, but I don't think they're going to do that because that's
a risk.
You know, that would put it into the declaring war, and then technically,
that's the World War III scenario.
Nukes, so then, so I don't think they're really going to do that.
I don't think they'll do that either. The other thing is part of the problem with Russia invading is they don't want to destroy Ukraine. They want to take it over, right? So they're not just completely bombing it and destroying it and leveling it. So they have to be a little more tactical with how they go into it, but still.
Yeah.
I could see how that could lead to more losses, because you can't just shell anywhere you want to, right? You can't just...
Yeah.
I'm just going to bomb here.
You want a country that stays together for the most part. You want the productive stuff.
Yeah. You don't want to destroy the whole entire city.
So do you have any other predictions?
So we're 5 days in. I think within the next couple days we'll see the massive push into the Kiev. Kyiv, as they say.
Now, I think they have.
Yeah, as we speak, it might be the massive push. I think it is right now. Which is also why we might not be getting news. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking, and by the end of the week, we will realize Ukraine has fallen. Or at least the capital city, Kyiv.
So I was telling Chloe, I had a prediction. If I put myself in Putin's shoes. And this is. I actually don't think it'll happen, and this is more of a long term.
Okay.
NATO is basically an organization that's an attack on one of us is an attack on all of us. And it's mostly the United States as the army. Right?
Well, it's Western Europe and United States.
No, but the United States is the one with the military.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Theoretically, if you attack any NATO country, they're going to start attacking Russia, or if you nuke any NATO country, they're going to send nukes to Russia. If they nuke any NATO country, they will nuke back.
I don't know if they will nuke back, though. Because
that's the point. That's where I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Is if I were Putin... you would think he would declare, okay, any former Soviet country we do not consider a part of NATO.
Okay.
And then maybe just nuke one. Or invade it.
I thought you were going somewhere different with that. What I'm seeing he might do is test the U.S. theory on if they would send a nuclear warhead back, because I don't think they would. But I'm saying to the U.S., not to.
No, that's
why bomb a previous USSR country? Because that just completely ruins the country.
Well, it could not just be previous Soviet. It could also be Turkey, or just invade them and take it. The point is,
he will go into a NATO country. Is what
if they nuke Britain Or if they invade Britain, they can't invade Britain. But if
No.
they nuke Britain, we're gonna respond. But if
Yeah,
they
yeah.
nuke Turkey, do we really give a shit? Like, most Americans can't point to it on a map. Will we end the world over Turkey?
Aw, my mom was stationed.
Will we end it over Latvia?
Ew, you spit on
Probably
me.
not.
Sorry.
What's that?
She made me laugh because she said, "Oh, my mom was stationed in Turkey."
Oh, I'm sorry. But most Americans don't know where it is.
Yeah.
And Latvia and all these other little
Okay,
ones.
so
that
like
used to be former
Moldova,
Soviets,
though
like,
they could.
Yeah.
I don't even think that one's a NATO country, honestly. So they're definitely going in there.
It really might be. You'd be surprised at the weird ones that are in NATO.
Well,
Which
that's
is
the one like directly
Or maybe
north
they give a
or
list
south
of ones
of
they don't
Ukraine.
consider to be in NATO and they don't care. And
That's all
but
the previous
they'll say,
USSR
Britain,
ones.
we won't invade because we consider you will nuke us if we do that.
Yeah, I definitely don't think they'll do that one.
So
I could see
can
that, or
target
he
anywhere.
might just take over Ukraine for the oil that it has and the strategic advantage it has.
I was going to say, it's not supposedly the oil. So I guess they could nuke it. Because the big thing is the route to the Black Sea, right? They need a route to the ocean.
Yeah, it's both. It's for the port, it's for the oil that is in Ukraine, and it's because apparently Ukraine has been charging them for the pipeline that they sent to Europe. Goes right through Ukraine, and they're charged, like, taxed for that by Ukraine.
Okay, I didn't know that part. But yeah, there are a lot of tactical reasons, I'm sure.
Yeah, there's
what do you
plenty
want
of reasons
Poland
why
for?
I understand this is happening now. After like
Maybe I need
researching
to see
it.
like what the most strategic one to take next. But the most strategic one, most of them now to the west are NATO countries.
Yeah, well, the most strategic ones he's already done was like the Georgia and the Crimea. Like he's already done them.
Oh, well, no,
Right?
the ones that I've heard are Finland and
Which one? Finland?
Finland and
Which is why
Finland
they're
might be
joining
most,
the
maybe
NATO.
Sweden. Well, that's the point. Is he's going to invade them before they join NATO? Is the theory?
I could see that.
It's like you either don't join NATO, or if you start, I'm going to end it.
Ukraine just signed papers to like join the EU.
Yeah. So that is one theory, but like I said, I don't think it's actually going to happen, or at least not in the short term. That's a far out, like, that could be one, like, maybe we'll go to World War III and maybe some nukes will fly.
I want solid predictions from all of us. Will a nuke be sent? My vote is most likely yes.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know if it's
my vote is
U.S.,
most likely no.
but I think it is just as he knows nobody would send one back.
So you think he's going to nuke something that we wouldn't send one back for? Like, he's not going to
Correct.
hit D.C.
No,
He's gonna hit
I think
something no one cares.
the only way he does it is.
I want a more solid prediction. Will he hit a NATO country or a non-NATO country? Because U.S. is not compelled to hit back for a non-NATO country.
I still think he could hit like the U.S. Even if he hits the U.S.
The U.S.
Yes, because he's already
I think
threatened.
the Bay could be a target. That's got like a lot of defense industry and tech.
But I'm saying the point is it's just like when we hit Japan, it's kind of like it's a power play, right? Like, what do? You can't send them back, or then you start the war.
Japan couldn't respond. They couldn't nuke anything back.
Yeah, but we can't really respond either, right?
Yeah, of course. We can nuke Moscow tomorrow.
Okay, and then what happens if they nuke Moscow? They send another one our way. And then what happens? That's why I'm saying the first nuke...
That's why I'm not making that prediction, because you know what? A year from now, I won't be able to gloat that I was right.
I'm saying we won't respond if he did.
No, if he hits something major, we'll respond, and it'll be in the end of the world. Like, even if he hits London, we'll respond. But it's these edge countries. Like,
I will say you're right.
Do you care?
If some edge country like that was nuked, we wouldn't respond. But also, like, those countries are so close to other countries. One of them being nuked is not good for all of Europe, right? Like, depending on how big the nuke is.
Yeah.
All right, what's your prediction on
nuke? I actually
nuke?
don't think there's going to be a nuclear warhead.
Okay.
Deployed. I think there will be a lot of big bombs dropped, but it won't be that.
Okay.
Um,
What about an atomic bomb? Why is it always nukes?
that is an
Is that the
atomic
same
bomb.
thing?
Nuke is, yeah.
Why
they're
do
the
we
same
call them differently now?
thing. Nuclear warhead and an atomic bomb.
Yeah. So technically, we're the only ones who have sent out nuclear warheads onto a country.
Okay. So an atomic bomb is what has actually been used, right?
Yeah. We
So
haven't done a nuke though, right?
No, but they're the same idea.
One's
An
fusion,
atomic
one's
bomb is
fission, or
nuclear.
something.
No, they're both fission.
Okay.
They're both the same technology. Right?
Okay. What's the
So an
difference?
I
atomic
have it right
bomb-
here.
Oh shit, she has it.
Yeah, well, no, I can explain already. We flew a plane over Japan and we pushed a giant fucking thing out of it. That was a bomb, okay? That's a bomb. It fell out of a plane from the sky. Now, a nuclear warhead, it's called a head because it's on the tip of a rocket. Those weren't invented until after World War II. So now you can shoot them from either a submarine or from just some site next close to a country. And it's on an ICBM, an intercontinental ballistic missile.
You're wrong, because what I'm reading here is a nuclear bomb is fission, which is splitting the atoms.
Yes.
An
they're both
atomic
fission.
bomb is fusion, which is smashing the atoms together.
What? No, they're not. A nuclear
Yeah,
warhead is
he's
fusion?
looking at like a nuclear bomb and then like a
Atomic bomb
hydrogen
is just a different type of nuclear bomb, using fusion instead of fission.
I don't know what you're. You got to show
Both
me. You gotta
atomic bombs and nuclear bombs are I don't know what she had it on her phone. I don't have one. Here, let me put it on the Google's because we need to get this
Yeah,
right.
you can literally just type nuclear versus atomic bomb.
The head is talking about it's being on the top of a rocket ship. It's a warhead. It's on the head of the rocket.
All right, let's see.
But I don't believe we have bombs that use fusion. I thought they all use fission because they're all.
You can have like hydrogen bombs that use nuclear fission to create a fusion reaction.
Because it is hydrogen, so that is fission. If you the lower elements, hydrogen, helium, that's fission. I actually just assumed they were all.
So
fission.
we've only done
Because
an atomic
our nuclear
bomb.
Power plants. Okay. Our nuclear power plants are all fission because they're uranium and plutonium. We haven't made that economic, but I guess we use bombs that do fusion. But the point is still, I think the distinction between warhead and bomb. Forget about nuclear. Warhead, bomb.
Yeah.
Bomb is you drop it from the sky from a plane. Warhead is it's attached to a rocket.
Yeah, you can just send it from anywhere.
Yeah, but all
I get that
nuclear
difference.
weapons are known as like atom bombs, nuclear warheads, a bomb, nuke. They're all under the same thing.
Yeah, bomb and warhead
They're no
are vastly
nuclear.
different
So
because
either
with the
you're splitting
warhead,
or you're combining atoms, whatever. The point is how you're sending them.
yeah, a warhead is you just hit the button and it goes from wherever it's at. Like bye wherever. A bomb you actually have to go, but that's why I'm saying like I could totally see like an atomic bomb being dropped somewhere.
Why?
Yeah,
it would
Zach
just be
says-
a warhead for Russia.
Yeah, or a
Russia
warhead.
has. Russia has.
What do they have, like 7,000 or
It will not be
something?
a bomb. So you're worried about terrorists with bombs because terrorists, they're gonna get some plutonium or whatever enriched, and they're gonna build some makeshift one, and they're gonna sneak it in, and then it explodes. Right? It's not on a rocket.
Yeah.
Right?
I
they
guess.
don't have the capacity to make a rocket.
Yeah,
ship.
obviously a warhead for Russia because that's
fucking
probably
has
what all
that
they have.
capacity.
Yeah.
Russia has tons of these things.
Yeah, they have like
Okay? It's gonna come from a
7,000 or
rocket from them.
something.
Now, here's another crazy prediction, though. Is even if they do shoot a warhead towards the United States,
Okay.
there's the potential that there's a secret system that is going to knock it out of the sky.
Oh,
yeah,
that
the
totally could happen.
anti-aircraft.
Yeah.
Missiles.
And then,
The
but they will hit
anti-warhead.
that after to make sure they don't try anything different. Like, let's send 20 of them now. Right?
Oh shit! Yeah, if they said they wouldn't send one warhead. They'd send multiple to try and stop that, right?
Yeah. But so okay, say Russia sends one to hit, like I said, London or like say
Turkey.
Columbus, something that they don't care about as much as DC or the Bay, right? And it gets shot out of the sky, or they send 5 and they shoot all 5 out. Now the U.S. will bomb something like Moscow or St. Petersburg or one of the big Russian cities.
Mm-hmm. But they could have that same
they don't
technology,
want Russia
right?
to say, fucking shoot all of them now. Because Russia might shoot all of them, and they might not have the capacity to block all of them.
That's a good point. If they sent them anywhere like that,
crazy theory.
That's what I was trying to say earlier.
Yeah, that's a shit, I didn't think about that. Okay, well, we didn't have any solid predictions. I predicted solidly that they would at least send one warhead somewhere.
I don't think they will. At least not in a year. I think that is a decision that
Further
takes
down.
much, much longer. And it would be... Again, my scenario where maybe they hit one, they would, but it would never be something like London.
My opinion
like
is
France.
for something like warheads, they already...
Very much not Western. Very much not European. Not something we would consider related to us.
Well, I was thinking they would already have something like... They already have plans in place for when they can send a warhead. Like, I don't think it's something they have to plan out. It's like, if this happens, we're doing it.
Yeah.
All right, Nicole, your prediction. Will they or won't they?
I honestly don't know. I would like to think they won't, because I want to have a positive outlook about all of this. Because, like, honestly, if they do, that's just, like, an all-out, like, okay, I guess everybody's doing it now.
Yeah.
Like, that's what kind of worries me about all of this, is that, like, once you do it, there's no coming back from that. And then, like, if you set one off, then, like, all of the other countries have to respond. And, like, we all own enough nukes to, like, kill all of us several times over.
Yeah.
So it's like you gotta weigh the pros and cons. If you're the country that wants to be the one that sets it off, it's like, do I want to deal with the repercussions of this?
No, but you're thinking about it at like a country level. It's one guy.
You guys asked me whether or not I thought one was going to get set off. My whole thing is, I'd like to say no, but I can't give that definitively.
Yeah. I'm saying, so you're saying like that you'd like to think that people are thinking like, we don't want to set that off. That's a whole big thing.
Yeah, that's a chain reaction.
But there's no we. There's no... Putin just has the question, do I want to die today? Like, yeah, people will die with him, but what does he care? He won't be around to see it.
I don't think Putin thinks like a suicide bomber, though. Like, I think he wants to be around to be able to control it and rule it.
Yeah. There's a lot of that.
I don't think he really wants to, like, go down with this ship. I think he'd rather the ship go down and he live.
I'm hoping that is true.
I think that is true, but
like the man's crazy, but I don't think he's suicidal.
Fuck this, right?
Mm-hmm. You know what?
Fuck all this shit.
Just like Trump's crazy, but he's not suicidal.
I don't think Trump. I do think is crazy. I don't think Putin is actually crazy. I think all the Georgia, the Crimea, and Ukraine are very well planned and very purposeful. I don't think they're crazy.
I think so too. I don't think
they're very
as crazy as they did.
He's very
portray.
What do you call it?
He's playing chess and we're playing checkers. Let's just be honest.
That's the word for it. He's not crazy. He's just power hungry.
That's where I think you're right.
And that's why I don't think
I wouldn't discount the fuck you guys.
That's why. Well, that's why I said I don't think he's. Why go through all this trouble and then not live to see it?
You know, but there's also the glory.
It won't matter if there's nobody to write about it.
No. If there's only a few survivors, you know, the one thing they're going to remember is who started
the war.
Yeah, but then here's the thing: is he won't have any of it if he's nuked out of his phone.
Well, that's what he means by glory. Is like everyone will remember you no matter what.
They won't remember Biden. The people gathering around the campfire will talk about Putin.
You're not wrong.
Right? There's no houses anymore.
It's not a great legacy, but
they will remember Putin.
Yeah,
it is a legacy.
I just don't think that's going to be the legacy that he wants to leave. Is that he like took out the whole planet? You know. Because then what's the point of going through all of the trouble to get the oil spots in the Ukraine?
But honestly, does he have to take out the whole country? So if he sends nukes to U.S., obviously he could take out a lot. But unless he sends all of them at the same time, like you said, we could respond with sending basically all ours to destroy Russia, and it would basically be the U.S. and Russia that are fucked.
Or
right?
it could be the U.S. actually blocks what he sends, and then he's fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we have a lot of allies, so then then our allies would have to go to war with Russia.
Well, hold on. If we block an atomic bomb or a nuclear weapon, I still think it's bad, right?
Yeah, there's
still got to go off somewhere.
In the
No,
sky.
it would go off in the sky. Like, they actually tried to make this in the 80s. It was called the Star Wars Defense System, right? That it would explode the nuclear warhead in the sky as it was coming here.
But that's still not good for our atmosphere or the ocean of which it.
We've already fucked all that, babes. We've fucked it really good. It should be pregnant.
Now we don't have Boston.
But now it's going to be more fucked. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but it would. I mean, people would probably still die, but it would not be to Hiroshima level.
Obviously, it's not going to be a complete catastrophe. I already told Nicole though, if one bomb goes off, if one warhead goes off, we're out of Columbus because it's a capital city. We're out.
Yeah.
He wants to go to Mansfield and be like, nope, we're not a part of this. We're just country bumpkins.
Mansfield's too close
Leave us
to
out of
big
it.
city. You need to go to like Nebraska. There's nothing anywhere near anything in Nebraska.
No, I was thinking like Shelby is, first off with family, and second off, I still think Mansfield's pretty low key.
Our family's got enough guns to protect things.
I told you
exactly
your
that
parents
too.
I don't know what the
clean out their
blast
basement
radius
if we're gonna go there for shelter.
aren't anymore.
What's
right?
that?
Like, I don't know what. So if a real nuke hits Columbus,
I was actually just watching
how
something
far
about
is
this.
it going?
So we're 10 miles away from like the heart of Columbus.
Mm-hmm.
A nuclear warhead, if it hit the Columbus, first off, it depends on like how big it is.
Yeah,
but the average nuke, it basically, if you're within 2 miles, you're fucked. You're done. There's nothing that's going to save you. And then outside of that, within 11 miles, it's about a 50% survival rate is what they predict.
Okay. But how far are you getting cancer? Because I thought that might reach to Shelby.
The fallout?
Levels.
So all the fallout stuff, they basically say, like, stay in your house because that's going to stop most of the fallout, and a lot of that will be dissipated the further you go.
Well, that's not just... Is fallout
so, yeah,
radiation?
You could still die, but it's going to be, like, you still could survive 30, 40 years the further you go, right?
Yeah, but no, because also... You're also not discounting how much farmland is going to be disappearing.
That's true. That's the bigger problem, right?
Yeah. So
it's the
supply chain issues.
Crops. Supply chain issues. Like, we haven't dealt with that enough.
Yeah.
You're right.
Nebraska, they're not going to hit anything at all because there's nothing there and they got lots of farmland.
I've already come to the terms that like my family is going to die first in Florida.
I feel like the biggest people who would be fucked is New York and D.C.
New York, D.C. I think the Bay is a good hit for technology.
Yeah, California.
We have a lot of defense contractors. Like Boeing's here, right?
Basically,
I think they want to hit Boeing.
Every like major air base or anything
that's what I was
like
gonna say. My family lives outside of like the biggest Air Force base, which is MacDill.
So they would definitely be a target. Yeah.
Which I was like, well.
What do you think they got? I think if I remember correctly from the thing I was watching, is we have like 6,000 nukes and Russia has like 6,500. That's a lot of places to hit with a nuke.
But then you think about like the theory that they won't hit anything big because they don't want them to hit anything big in return. So they might start with something like Columbus or one of those mid-tier cities, Missouri, like
like Salt Lake City or something like.
Yeah.
The Olympics were held there at one point.
One of our small ones.
But you don't think if they hit like a small spot, you don't think we would respond with Moscow? You think we would just respond?
No,
we'd
respond with a small spot.
Okay, well we'll just hit like Stalingrad.
I mean,
or whatever it's called. Sorry.
St. Petersburg.
I mean, they hit Pearl Harbor, and we decided to nuke 2 of their cities over in Japan.
Because I think that is the game theory.
That makes sense.
You hit us, we hit harder.
What they find is tit for tat. Is one of the most...
Eye for an eye.
Yeah, it's basically that. Like,
it makes
if
sense.
You're in any sort of like game where it's competitive and you like cut each other, it is like usually the best strategy is eye for an eye. Like hit them back just as hard as they hit you.
Okay,
but not harder. Because if you hit harder,
because then they have to hit harder.
Be compelled to respond back harder, and then it escalates. So you should hit back just as hard.
So it's really like prank theory, right? If you prank somebody, don't prank harder because then they'll prank harder and it'll just escalate. too ridiculous.
Yeah. Well,
So-
it depends on your capacity, but yes.
You're-
If you have
you're
the capacity to
Putin.
drink way harder that they will never think about it again, then maybe you should
Yeah.
do that.
So you're Putin. What is that mid-tier city where you don't think you're going to like not too crazy?
I wouldn't even do it.
L.A.,
mid-tier.
New
I would
York,
do like
D.C. too big.
No. Again, I'm going to put myself in Putin's shoes. Like, I would say first start with one that's like Turkey. But let's say we're going U.S. I'd do some like, what's the biggest city in Alabama?
Yeah, exactly.
Like the people on the coast don't even like them.
One where if the United States, if the people heard it, they would kind of be like, wait, where is that?
Yeah.
Like if they heard the
Exactly.
city, they wouldn't know the state right away.
Yeah. And
But
then
you
if
have
they
to think,
nuke
does
back,
Russia know the
nuke
United
something in
States
Russia,
that
I don't
well?
know
Yes.
who that is.
What's that?
Because they'll nuke Russia back and it'll just nuke somewhere that they don't even
Some
know.
random ass city.
Yeah, like, oh, yeah. Well, I didn't know
It'd be
anyone there
based on
anyways.
population, basically.
Mm.
Like you hit our 1 million population city, we're gonna hit your 1 million population city, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Well-
I'd say sub 1 million, something like 500,000 people, and it would be a very small nuke, very contained.
Just enough to like raise eyebrows, right?
Mm-hmm. And then that's where I say I don't even think they go that far to the U.S. I think they're going
You know
to
what?
hit a small city inside.
I think something
of
like
the fringe
San
NATO
Antonio,
countries.
Texas.
Yeah. I take it
I
back.
think
You're
like
right.
not Istanbul, Turkey, some random city in Turkey, just to
You're
show
right.
they can.
I think they won't hit the U.S. just because if they do that, we will. Even if we respond to a nuke, no matter what, that means we have to go to war.
Mm.
And Americans would be about it, right?
Yeah.
And that's what Russia absolutely doesn't want U.S. in the war.
Yeah, I don't think I want that at all.
But if they hit
Well,
like
no.
you said, like a
If
random
they
ass
come up
city,
with,
another
like,
NATO
I'm
country,
going to nuke the U.S. altogether, like all of it. If you start the war with me, if you come and invade, because so say they nuke random country in Turkey, not Istanbul, one of the minor ones,
yeah.
and they say if you invade, we're going to nuke all of them. We're going to nuke all your U.S. cities. Now, if they've nuked the random city and then the U.S. didn't respond, that means the U.S. probably doesn't have anything to defend themselves against further nukes. So now they know that, right?
Yeah, you're
now they
getting
can
into
threaten
deep
the
game
nukes
theory now.
More, right?
Yeah.
So you gotta. I mean, I'm sure there are analysts that have thought all this out way more complex.
That's what
So
I'm
this is
saying
where,
with
like, I don't
Russia
think-
is.
Like, my understanding is complex, and I think I don't know.
Yeah,
There's too many what ifs.
I think like
There's way more.
Putin already knows if he's going to send a nuke and where and why he would do it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's already in place.
Yeah.
It's not going to be like a
I think you're right. It's in place.
spur of the moment. It's going to be like if the U.S. puts troops in Ukraine, boom, it's gone. You know, stuff like
Here's
that.
another big question, though. Now, will China invade Taiwan because the U.S. is too busy with this shit?
I think absolutely, but
Really?
only when shit gets real deep in Ukraine. If
Yeah.
shit gets real deep. Right now, no. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
But if what we're talking about happens, any of that,
Yeah.
yes, absolutely.
I can see you're right about that. If it gets like, so say they invade a NATO country but they don't nuke,
Mm-hmm.
that means the U.S. has to start sending troops, which means then this is World War, because then
Yeah.
China's probably gonna be like, this is the time.
If we
We're
would
gonna
have to
invade
split our
Taiwan.
troops.
It's gonna be right now.
Exactly. We would have to split our troops, and it's like either care about Taiwan or Russia. Well,
Yeah.
let's be honest. Which one would we care about? I don't think
no,
we
I
would
don't-
care about Taiwan as much.
No, we would. I think it would just be World War. We would be
You
fighting on two fronts, just like we did.
Just like
before.
Japan, and yeah, that's true.
Yeah, Japan and Germany would be splitting, and
Yeah.
you'd be fighting both. But that means we'd be at half force when we're fighting China.
Yeah, I mean that's why I absolutely think if shit went down, that's why they would do it.
But then the question is, if all that happens,
Mm-hmm.
right? Who loses? Like, we go to conventional war, right? We're just going to ignore the nukes and we're going to fight our wars just like we always did, just shooting each other with guns. But the person that loses the war always has the option of clicking the button to go and send the nukes.
Yeah, I still think the quote unquote what would be the allies, not China and Russia, what would be the allies of the modern war. I still think they would win just from sheer amounts because I think it would essentially come down to like Russia and China against the world, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah, you think China and Russia would win?
No, I think the allies. I'm
Oh.
assuming they would be like the Axis, right? Like they would be the equivalent of the
Yeah.
Axis at that point.
I don't know. Supposedly, in all war games, China wins.
Really, just from sheer numbers? Do they have like how many nukes does China have? Do they
Well,
have nukes? Don't
They
really hear
do.
about
They
China
do.
and
They
nukes.
don't have anywhere near as much as Russia, but they have nukes. They definitely do. So the people that have nukes: the U.S.,
Uh-huh.
Britain, France, Israel.
How do we know the amount of
China.
nukes they have?
Pakistan. I don't know. Like, there's the ones they publicize. I'm sure we know those ones.
That's what I was going to say.
Pakistan's one of the weird ones. India. I think there's 7.
For
France,
all we-
France
For all
has-
we fucking know, like China has like 3 times the amount they've quote unquote reported, right?
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
Like, these are
and
just-
there's a good reason you'd want them to not know. So
Yeah,
probably.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, we don't know the real numbers here. I highly doubt we have the true
But
numbers
there's
of
also
nuclear
some
bomb.
reason to inflate them too, to say like, "Oh, we have hundreds. Don't touch us."
True.
So it's really hard. It's like poker. A lot of these games boil down to poker.
And there's
blocking-
also like you can probably prove it with like uranium's not exactly like everywhere. You can track where like the deposits are and where people are mining it, right?
right. Now that's because I had forgotten it is a hydrogen bomb, the ones we dropped, but you don't need to mine plutonium for that. It's just hydrogen, right?
Yeah, it's just a hydrogen
But
bomb.
why are we always concerned with Iran getting plutonium then? Can't they just make a hydrogen
Maybe
bomb?
they don't have the technology themselves to make it.
I think it's because they always claim it's for a nuclear power plant, and those are definitely always fission, because
Mhm.
fusion is not economical at all.
Okay. Yeah, I
But,
don't know.
Like, why don't they just build a hydrogen bomb? Because hydrogen's not that hard to get. Now I don't know the answer to that.
I don't know. That's a good question. It still requires 2 hydrogen isotopes, which are deuterium and tritium. So it sounds
that
like it
hard to
still
get?
requires some weird ass shit.
Oh, I do remember. Do you remember that movie about the moon Nazis?
Moon Nazis? No.
Are you serious? They're fucking moon Nazis.
No. You think I would remember moon Nazis, but no.
There was a movie.
I remember Nazis coming back to life as zombies in Russia.
No, there was a movie, and it had basically pretend Sarah Palin as the president.
This is somewhat ringing more of a bell.
Yeah, and the idea was the Nazis, they didn't all die. They actually escaped during World War II
To the
and built
moon?
a base on the moon. Yeah, and they
This
came
does
back.
sound familiar.
Yeah, and the reason they were on the moon was to mine like H3, which was hydrogen di.
The one with the
Mercury?
isotopes for the bomb.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
so that's why they went there, and then they wanted to go to the moon for some reason. I don't know. It was something about moon Nazis, and they were there for the. It wasn't a good movie. It was ridiculous in so many ways.
Sounds pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, but I do remember there was something about the hydrogen atom in there, the hydrogen isotope on the moon, because apparently the moon has those.
Jesus.
Yeah. So, anyways, that was just random.
So it's just a random thought.
Moon Nazis.
Jesus Christ. You know what? I bet you Google will have an influx. This is a prediction. An influx of searches for nuclear bomb and atomic bomb.
Oh, well, that's obviously.
Got it. Hey, I gotta get my prediction points.
So, again, nuclear warhead.
Yes,
could
nuclear
just-
war.
Nuclear means fission or fusion. Nuclear reaction is either fission or fusion. It just means that
Correct.
at the nuclear level, at the nucleus, you're either splitting the atoms that make up the nucleus.
Yes,
or
I
you're
understand that.
combining them together.
But I'm just
Fission
going with
fusion.
colloquial terms. We call it the atom bomb which we already did. A nuclear warhead, nuclear bomb for what is actually a nuclear
I
warhead.
think those don't make any sense, but yeah. Warhead and bomb make sense to me. Atomic, they're both at the atomic level. They're both nuclear, right?
Mm-hmm.
As in, it takes place at the nucleus of the atom. But anyways.
Well, I guess we'll find out in the
predictions?
next few weeks.
Yeah, so, like, we had year-long predictions. Now it seems like let's have ones in the few weeks coming up.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I think by the end of the week, at most 2 weeks, Ukraine will fall.
Ukraine will fall. But
And I
actually think everything will get more boring.
The president will live on forever because he's already a meme.
Now, I haven't paid attention to it a little bit, but
So first,
like
do you not know anything about him?
I feel like so I try to tune it out.
Yeah. But it is kind of cool that he was a comedian who started a Ukrainian TV show about a teacher who became president. And after he was in that show, he decided to run for president. So I think that is pretty cool.
Crazier than Trump, though.
You know what? After you say that, you're right. I don't think it is. Fuck democracy, man.
And he did all sorts of other weird shit.
Maybe we're just saying the problem with democracy.
And he still became president.
Democracy's fucked, man.
Yeah.
Like, watch it. These fucking idiots will vote for anything. This guy was in Home Alone. They'll still vote for him.
Outside of Ukraine, any predictions?
In the next coming months. Is that what we're doing? The next coming months? Any predictions? Good question.
I'm trying to think.
Baby, you have any good predictions for the next coming months?
No.
On anything in the world? Oh,
Okay,
new COVID variant.
GME going? Where's GME going?
New COVID variant.
Oh, please don't get him started on GME. We've already been here an hour and a half.
You're not still holding out for that, are you?
Oh yeah,
he is.
I still have GME. Yeah.
How many times have you predicted it's gonna moon?
It doesn't matter.
He does it every day.
If
MOAS is every day.
MOAS is always tomorrow. And second of all, even if it's not, I still believe Ryan Cohen will make it a better company, and my shares will be worth way more later than now.
Zach, here's what I want you to do. Is it stonks?
I feel like you're just beating up on your little brother.
Say what?
Super stonks or whatever?
Super stonk, yeah.
Okay, I want you to go and write a long-ass post about how you now predict the CEO or whoever you're talking about right now
Ryan
is
Cohen.
going to invent a time machine. He's going to go back to all the dates
The man's not
that you
Elon
predicted
Musk.
before, and he's going to make the moon in the past. So you will then be right about all those moons.
I like it. I mean, it is literally a joke in Super Stonk that MOAS is always tomorrow.
No, it's going to be in the past. It's going to be in the past. Tell them they're wrong.
I'm going to, you know what? I will make a post. I will actually make a post is, you know what? MOAS is yesterday.
You know what?
Don't. You're going to get downvoted to oblivion.
I'm going to predict. No, I'm predicting that'll be front page on his Super Stonk or whatever. That if he really gets into it, GME's inventing a time machine.
And all you have to do is go based on
the
69 tweets that Ryan Cohen has put on his Twitter. All you have to do is dissect all of those.
Email me this before you post it.
Emojis of shorts.
What'd you say, Nick?
Email me this before you post it. I want to see it.
He's not going to do it.
I'll make a shit post on. I will totally make a shit post on Super Stonk and see if it gets anything.
Yeah. I'm so glad I don't follow you on Reddit. I can't handle cringe.
Oh, it would be so funny.
Jesus.
I will try and muster that energy to make a shit post on Super Stonk. You missed my actual prediction,
though.
My
prediction is nothing will happen in GME.
I said COVID. COVID will have a new strain.
That's just easy.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Gimme.
Of course it will.
Gotta have my gimme.
But will it be something harder than Omicron? Worse.
That's difficult. I'll say no.
Within how long? Within the next year?
What? What do you mean within the next year? I'm saying within the next few months.
Oh, next few months? No. Like, up until 2023, will there be a strain that is not more virulent, but as virulent and hurts more? Like, kills people?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I think once it starts to get weaker, it's weaker.
I don't think it's 100%.
I mean,
just think it's
I
It's
completely
just
don't
how
think-
the flu kills less and less.
I don't know if
people
that's how virology works, but that's what I'm going with.
No, I think it's 100% random. I don't think there's any tendency towards make it more deadly, or any tendency towards make it less deadly.
It's just random mutations for what happens.
Yeah. Like, if it became so deadly that if you get it, like, you die within a day,
Yeah, it won't
then
spread
it won't
anywhere.
be virulent. Because, it won't spread. But if it's like you'll die within 2 weeks, it'll
Oh,
be
yeah,
just
we'd
as
be
virulent as
fucked.
Omicron. It won't.
That's what
won't
it felt
matter.
like at the beginning.
Yeah. It's not going to make a difference to how virulent it is.
Damn, we went from COVID scare to nuclear bomb scare in 2 years.
What did I say? Interesting decade.
Yeah.
I'm tired of living in interesting times.
Yeah,
You know,
right?
That used to be like a phrase to insult someone. Would be, I hope you live in interesting times.
It is kind of a curse.
Yeah, no, that would be a way to like insult someone or curse them, because like interesting times were never good or prosperous times.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, but after the January 6th thing,
Mm-hmm.
right? There was a period, and
There was definitely a law.
and like it was just boring.
There was a
know,
law.
Boring is
I wasn't
good.
checking
I'm
Twitter
okay
as
with
much.
boring. I like
But-
boring.
Yeah,
But were you fearing that your whole country might be nuked into oblivion, or that you would die of a random disease or virus? No. So boring is good, in a way.
in a way, but in a way it's boring.
But I want to be entertained.
Yeah, it's a little fun to
Damn it,
it's
China
a gamble with
invade.
death. It's a little more fun that way.
All right, I'm going to add to my predictions from December that China will invade, but not until the first 3 months of next year.
First 3 months of next year.
Yep.
It's not impossible. That's not unreasonable.
Yep. Just
I wouldn't
because
say yes,
we're on that path,
but I
we've
wouldn't
been
say
on
no.
that path,
That's-
let's keep it going.
That's where I'm like on the 50. I'm on the fence of 50-50 on that one. Like,
You're like, you wouldn't bet against it.
Yeah, I wouldn't bet against it.
That's a very
Well,
specific
midterms.
bet there.
That's actually going to happen this year.
Oh shit, the midterms are coming up, huh?
How badly will the Dems get crushed? Because they're going to get crushed, it seems.
I don't think it's going to be good for the Democrats because who is liking Kamala Harris or Biden right now? Nobody.
And it's
Literally
not just
no
that. It's that I don't know. When the Dems have somebody to hate, like Bush or Trump, they come out in force. But when they don't have anybody to really
They're
fucking
fueled
hate,
by
they don't care.
spite, which is a very
Yeah.
democratic thing.
Yeah, exactly. It's a very like they're motivated by spite, but the Republicans are more like the button downs. They go to vote every year, no matter what.
Yeah, that's a very
That's
good
one of the
point.
reasons they're going to win the midterms.
And they're just going to win because we don't hate Trump enough to go vote for Biden right now because
Yeah,
He's not
in
there.
Power.
yeah,
Exactly. There's nothing to motivate you.
you're not wrong. Unless Bernie Sanders runs again, I will go out and vote for him
Yeah.
again.
How old is that man?
It's
He
like
might-
76 or something, I
might
think, last
die-
time I looked it up.
Really? Yeah. He-
So pushing 80.
There's like I don't know, there's two ages. There's your real age, and there's about what you are if somebody would estimate, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where, like, I think Trump and Biden are pretty close in age, but Biden is way older, and if you look at him.
Yeah,
Right?
Biden looks like
Like,
he's on his
he's gonna die
deathbed,
soon.
man.
We were
Yeah.
actually talking to the lady that was doing our hot stone massage about how old he looked.
Yeah, he looks
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah. And
Oh my god.
Bernie, he definitely looks older than in his 70s.
But he doesn't look
Not
as
old
bad as Biden.
Yeah, not as bad as Biden.
He's 80.
But he looks pretty old.
Bernie Sanders is 80?
He's exactly
Oh my god, I thought he
80.
was just pushing 80. I
How
thought he
old
was
is
getting close.
Biden?
Let me find out.
Death.
Stop it. He doesn't look a death age.
Death
Okay?
years old. He looks bad.
Look, my great-grandmother looked older than him because she was like 98 when she died. So.
It doesn't help that he has like a speech impediment thing too, so it looks like he has Alzheimer's.
Yeah. So how old is Biden?
He's 79. They're almost a year apart.
Oh, really? So Bernie is older by a year.
And how old is Trump then?
Bernie looks better
Trump
than
is
Biden,
in his
by the way.
70s. I
Yeah.
think he's early 70s.
But Trump looks more like he's early 60s, like late 50s.
Yeah.
Like, he does not look that old.
No, he looks old. It's just the tan from far away. He's 75.
No.
I'm sure in person he might look older, but on TV he looks fine. Because he knows how to do makeup and all that shit.
Yeah, he literally puts on makeup, but like
Yeah.
the man is a leathery shoe.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not just looks though. It's like the energy. Like
That's
that
true, too.
first
He has
debate
energy.
this year, he has more energy than I do.
Bernie
Like,
Sanders
the man
has
would
some
shut
energy
the fuck
too.
up. Not as
Yeah,
much
it's
as
because
Trump.
Donald Trump is an energy vampire. He sucks the youth away from everyone around him.
There's something going on with that man.
Yeah,
It's
has
called
more energy
cocaine,
than I
Nick.
do
It's
at
called cocaine.
35.
He's definitely bathing in the blood of newborn babies.
Something.
Virgins,
That's what I'm saying,
whatever.
is, like,
It's
Biden's
cocaine.
near death.
That's all you gotta say.
Bernie's getting there. Trump, I don't know, man. That guy something's wrong with him.
I don't know. Bernie
He's a
just
vampire.
reminds me of like your cute grandpa who like doesn't move around much because he's getting older and he's very arthritic, but like he's still 100% cognizantly there.
Yeah. Biden is the grandparent you're worried about is going to die.
You're
any
like,
moment.
you're like, why do
hasn't
you
said
still have
anything.
energy? Your brain's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're waiting for the
listened to
call.
Bernie and thought, what? What the hell? Or he doesn't look like I don't know. He's gonna die tomorrow. He looks
No.
alive.
And
you
he's
know?
coherent. He's very coherent when he speaks. He doesn't make a bunch of mistakes. Biden
like-
just sounds like he's on the
like
verge, man.
The cute little guy that like feeds the pigeons and then like
He's the
challenges
cute-
the
Cute
20-year-olds to play chess in New York.
Yes.
In like yeah.
Here's what's always like crazy to me. Like they're basically our grandparents' age, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Grandparents, like, we have to constantly coach them on how to use an iPod or an iPhone, right?
Yeah.
Like, they don't.
My grandma has 3 Facebooks
Okay, really?
because she keeps forgetting like passwords and making new ones.
Oh, I thought you meant like she's managing multiple.
No.
accounts.
Quite the
Like she's
opposite
a real
reason.
social media mogul.
It's the complete
That
opposite
would be
reason.
really cute. No,
that's
she is.
my
I
point,
have her
is
on my
like-
Facebook 3 separate times. She's 3 of
Yeah.
like my 400 friends.
Those are
They're
people.
too old to learn new things, and these
Yes.
are all our options. They're all of them. Is like our grandparents shouldn't not be president. They shouldn't be doing anything complicated at all.
No,
Right? should
I would
be
not
watering
think they should make
plants.
any kind of laws or decisions based on
Yeah.
any kind of technology. Like how they can't if they can't understand basic technologies, how are they going to make laws or decisions on
Yeah.
that?
Hey, look.
We have like I think it's 35. You have to be to be president. Is that right?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
The
35.
girls
Age
made
at
a
about
joke about me
60.
being
Oh, I can be president. Yeah, baby.
65, not allowed to be in Congress or president anymore. You're done.
No, but then what about Bernie?
I'm
I think
sorry.
it-
No, you need somebody that.
I think
can
No,
you
no.
can't use an iPhone. You can't be president.
Hold on.
Okay, maybe you have to
Wait,
pass the
wait.
driver's test.
Yeah. I don't like
Yeah.
any set ages because
Everyone
two
ages
65-year-olds can be completely different. There just needs to be a cognitive test.
Yeah, but that's hard to do because it's like the same thing with like drinking or voting is like. I do think there are 21-year-olds that should not be allowed to drink because they're retarded. But at some point, you just go, you know what? You're never gonna get there. Just drink.
I don't think it has to be that crazy difficult of a cognitive test. Like, it doesn't have to be anything. It just has to be like, can you basically function and understand
But they'll
technology?
just dope the person up, right? Because I'm pretty sure they doped Biden up for his debates.
Look, the moment
Yeah.
someone's like, a woman can prevent getting pregnant by rape because the body just knows. You know what? If they don't know basic biology, they shouldn't be in fucking Congress.
Was that Bill Frist? Or
I don't remember which one of them it was. I
do
just
remember
remember
that
it was
was one
some
of the
asshole
It was a Republican, I can tell you that.
Yeah, it was just like, a woman can't get pregnant by being raped. The body knows
Shit, is
better.
that not how it works?
Body can just reject the
That's just
pregnancy.
basic Christianity.
If you like it, then you'd get pregnant, right?
Yeah, that's true. If you like it,
right?
But then it's not rape anymore, right?
Oh God, well, yeah.
Don't you know where the
like, if they don't
porn
have
is?
like, I really feel like you're right. There should be like some sort of test, and if you can't pass the like basic math and basic human biology, you should not be in Congress.
I mean, come on, it's like a citizen's test, but like for president. It doesn't have to be wild and crazy.
I mean, we had to do standardized testing when I lived in Florida. It was called the FCAT, and it was terrible. And you know what? Congress should have to test the FCAT.
What's that?
You also have to piss in a cup, and they have to test whether you're doped up or not.
Yeah, you can't be fucking high while taking the test.
Like, or just, getting some...
Everyone has their own parole
even if you have
officer.
dementia, you can pass it.
Yeah, well, I think that should be part of it is like an actual physical.
And you know what? The president needs rectal exams, too.
Yeah, just put a finger up his butt.
Yeah, a condom of cocaine up your asshole.
You know what? I never thought of it, but Biden has probably had a finger in his butt every single year since he's been president.
I mean, so did Trump.
At least is it every 6 months or every year?
I think it's once a year once you're like 40, baby. So you're approaching. Just
think about it. Every year, our president has had a finger up his bum.
Most men have.
They call the doctor that does it, he calls it the first finger.
Oh, man. In the brown room.
Yeah.
I think we ended there.
I think it is. This is a good time for me to
I don't think we can top what we've just done.
This is time for me to go to bed.
Sounds good.
I gotta brush my teeth.
Talk with you later.
All right, bye.
Bye.